the game of all time, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and we got 3 new characters, and we have a bathroom course. Thomas, what's going on here? You just made a video about this today.
I did. Yeah, so we got a whole analysis on this video, or on this track rather, as a video. I was able pretty much to piece together the entire track using a couple of screenshots from the website, but mainly just footage we got from the trailer. I pretty much know the entire way this track drives. First, you start off on the starting line, then you drive off on, you can glide over the sinker. There's an alternate path kind of on the mirror. Then you take a left turn, you go into the bathtub, you drive through the bathtub drain to the kind of underground pipe section, which is where you see, I think it's Petey Pirahna mushroom through the off-road and drive through the ring. Then you get boosted up through the drain in the floor, take a straight, then there's a left-hand turn with a half pipe, as you can see right there for visual viewers. And then you glide back up onto like this little dresser thing. There are 2 paths, a high path and a low path. You take 2 lefts and then boom, you're right back there at the start. So basically, to sum it all up for you, this course is basically a giant square, but the main thing they're playing with here is elevation. You go down lower than you thought you could go by going through the drain of the bathtub, and then you get shot up higher than you thought you could go with a glider ramp where you can apparently boost off of the geyser coming out of a toilet to reach a higher path than you thought you could. Like, this is peak Mario Kart craziness. It's taking a very simple course layout, which is what most of the tour courses have been so far, or at least the Tour Nitros, like Sky High Sunday, Merry Mountain, even Ninja Hideaway to an extent. It's taking a very basic layout of just like a square or an oval, and then kind of putting its own spin on it. I think this one more so than a lot of those other courses, and I'm super stoked for it. Yeah, I want to get your guys' take on this because, to be honest, I've already given all my thoughts in today's video. I've seen this course. Yeah. Every time I close my eyes for today, I've seen this course just from working on a video.
You're just gonna be dreaming about Mario and toilets. Think about that.
I'm just glad we're not going down the toilet. Okay, that would have been a nightmare.
I agree.
That would be terrible. No, it looks like a pretty cool looking course. I knew about the data mine, so I knew this was coming, and I honestly am not disappointed with it. I think it looks pretty good. I wasn't sure about the layout. I still haven't watched your video, Thomas, so sorry. But I'm not huge about a square layout. I wish there would have been, you know, some overlap somewhere, just because I feel like, you know, those kind of courses.
It's not a complete square.
Yeah.
Like there are like little out jutting parts and places where you can cut the corner, and there's like corners. It's just like overall in the same way that like Donut Plains 3 doesn't feel like a square, but if you look at it from far back, it is kind of a square. Maybe not Donut Plains 3. One of the Donut Plains is like that. Like, it all kind of fits into a nice box is what it feels like, which kind of makes sense because it's a bathroom room, and there's not like there's not parts where you're like driving over where you've already been or stuff like that. It's kind of all, it's a pretty straightforward layout, but at least from what we've seen. I could be completely wrong, and there could be something, you know, we just haven't seen yet, because that is possible. But yeah, I think this looks, visually it looks great, and I'm stoked for it.
I agree with that. PJ, you got anything?
I was just gonna talk about the characters.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of hoping to talk about, because I didn't really have anything else to talk about.
That's what was really exciting for me, because we now know, guys, we now know 4 of the 6 characters that were on the roster when we originally saw the 6 question marks on the right side. So now Birdo, Petey, Kamek, and I'm blanking.
Wiggler.
Yes.
Wiggler.
Are now
That's
in the
why
game.
you're blanking, because it's such a bizarre character.
These 3 are such a snooze fest. Can I just say that?
What?
These 3 characters
are
the most boring characters they could have possibly ever picked.
How is Petey Pirahna boring?
Well, he's the least boring of the 3, but like he's still a piranha plant. Like
what did you
no
want,
Funky
though?
Kong, Diddy Kong, Pauline. We're not getting any of those. I know we
feel
still
like
have 2
you'd
more
call
spots.
No,
Diddy.
that's
Would you not
why
call
we're
Diddy
getting
boring?
Funky Kong next.
Diddy? No, he's a monkey. He's cool.
We have a witch Kamek type thing and a
but he's in Super Mario Party. Like we already have.
Diddy.
Yeah, but Diddy's
Can we please not bring
Diddy's
up
cool. He's
mid-games
got a
on the
Nintendo
podcast?
hat. He's cool.
Please.
Anyways, what are your guys' thoughts on the characters? I'll step aside for a second.
Yeah, so there's 2 slots left as we know. There was a lot of speculation that we've done in a past episode, I believe when Wave 4 initially came out, and we were saying how we felt that Funky might be a shoo-in, but at the same time, it's like, who really knows? Diddy might be the obvious choice. And then Captain Falcon is at like the bottom, and that question mark is in the line with all of the non-Mario Kart characters that are in the game. So we kind of thought that it was going to be Captain Falcon. But now seeing that they just dropped 3 characters in Wave 5, which we kind of, I don't know if we predicted it. I think we might have said 2 for Wave 5 and 3 for Wave 6. I kind of forget.
Yeah, that's what we,
it would have made more sense to, but I guess.
Yeah, I agree. It was a little strange for sure, but now it's it's making me think that we probably will just get like maybe Funky and Pauline, or like Diddy and Pauline, something like that.
They put Diddy and Pauline.
Because
I think Funky gets snubbed.
That's crazy though.
I was so funky pilled before this, but I think we have to get Pauline, and I think we have to get Diddy. Or no,
well,
let me rephrase. I think we have to get Diddy.
Agree.
I think Diddy's 100%, and I think if we get Diddy, which I believe we will, and there's only one other character, which as far as we know, as there is, I don't think they go Diddy and Funky, so Pauline is
They
then
go
the
Queen
next.
Bee.
No,
Okay,
at least they did
will.
Wiggler instead of Queen Bee. If they put Queen Bee in this game, I would have lost my mind.
Thank God.
Like, Wiggler is kind of our out of left field character here. Like, Petey's the one who, like, fan favorite.
Did we not predict
right?
this though? I think we literally predicted this
We did, but like
to an exact science.
looking at it from the grand scheme of things, Petey is like the fan favorite, got the biggest reaction. That's why he was first when they revealed things. Wiggler was like a what? Are we for real? Wiggler is in this game? Like that's the reaction.
Yeah.
And then Kamek is like this typical Mario, like, oh, that's cool. Like, sure, yeah, fine.
I mean,
like,
we knew they were going to put in a tour character because this entire pass, let's be honest, is just being made because tours is existence. Like, let's just be real.
I mean, these are all tour, like, I'm sure they're taking the models from the tour game for all of these. But yeah, tour has so much possibility from a character perspective. And I really wish that we could get more characters or alternate costumes. Hit subscribe to Switch Top for that upcoming video. But like, there's so much potential here, and it does feel kind of weird that like within the think about it. We're getting 6 additional characters, and 3 of them are Kamek, Birdo, and Wiggler. It makes sense, but at the same time, it's like, I would have
so
rather
boring. They're the most boring characters they
others.
could have possibly ever picked. Like,
yeah, but of course they're gonna pick the more generic. They're not gonna go with like crazy out of left field suggestions. Like, I'm sorry, Rob is not happening. Like, neither is Captain Falcon. Like, this is Mario Kart. It's the most high-selling game on Switch, and it's not close. They're just gonna pick characters that people know. And like, even though Wiggler's like more of an obscure character within the Mario universe, I guess same with Kamek. Like, they're in all the 2D/3D Mario games. Like, people recognize them as like, oh, that's a Mario character. I'm pretty sure both were in the Mario, or maybe Wiggler wasn't, but Kamek at least was in the Mario movie, had a prominent role. Like,
I was just about to say that, yeah. And that movie has made over $1 billion. It makes honestly perfect sense. Like, I get it. And Wiggler, like, it was kind of random, I guess, but I don't really know who, considering we're looking at this course, and I know that this might be kind of weird to say, who would we have put instead of Wiggler? Let's just say we were creating the trailer. Don't know. I feel like I'm going to use the Funky Kong example. If we were to put Funky here, I feel like that would be a little off.
Okay, spoilers for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass, but I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a Donkey Kong course as well.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure
Is it DK
I said,
Mao?
I thought it was. No. It's like a
No, like a
brand new,
Nitro
like a
tour.
Nitro course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like which one was that in? I feel like that was in Wave 5, but it may have been Wave 6. I think I said Wave 5,
it was
but they may have
6.
pushed
I think
to
it was
Wave
6.
So
okay, so
I'm still assuming we get a Donkey Kong character in the next.
We definitely
Wave.
get a Donkey Kong character.
Agreed.
I will delete
Yeah.
the channel if we do not get Diddy or Funky in the next.
To really figure out who are the 2 last characters, I would love to know what Nintendo thinks of Pauline, because that's really what decides it. We are kind of all in agreement that this has to be a Kong for the last character, or like for one of the last characters. So it's like,
Interesting.
what does
Because it's
Nintendo
New
think of
Donk
Pauline?
City, right? She's the mayor of New Donk City, but it's also named after Donkey Kong. It would make sense to pair those up as the final 2. And it's an Odyssey track.
Yeah.
It's New Donk City as the final track.
Imagine.
And Odyssey
I
2
would
gets
lose
revealed
my mind.
on the same direct in September.
I would
That'd be
lose my
crazy.
mind.
I would be interested to know, I guess, like, what does Nintendo think of Pauline? Do they want to do her like they did Rosalina, where they slowly started like putting her into like the mainline games like Mario Kart and eventually Smash? Interesting to see, because I know there's one Kong coming, but could be 2. I guess we shall see.
We will.